Hey YouTube. I was sort of, I don't know, I don't want to use the word impasse, but I was kind of at an impasse about what to make a video about. You know, my usual tee-off guys aren't putting vids up, so makes me sort of have to lead off blind, and I end up talking about stupid shit. I know you guys don't want to hear about the stock market stuff. Well, let me take that back. A few of you do, and then it infuriates the rest to no freaking end to witness me utilizing these financial weapons of mass destruction. Oh, derivatives! Okay. That's not a dig at you, JR. That's a dig at somebody else. To let y'all know, my friend JR, and I've got a couple other friends that have been very, very, very good at keeping me level-headed in my pursuit of a different career. Anyway, that's not the subject of this vid. The subject of this vid, obviously from the title, if I've titled it yet, is Egyptian democracy. I've noticed the talking heads, both on the news and on YouTube, have made their conclusions about Egypt, and it's very telling as to what a person believes beforehand. If you see Muslim conspiracy everywhere, then you see what's going on in Egypt as the spread of Islam. As Rush Limbaugh pointed out yesterday, that favors Islam because all these people are leaving Tunisia and they're going to be leaving Egypt in this mass exodus to Europe and Italy, which is merely going to spread Islam. If you believe in a bankster type conspiracy, you see it as, you know, a global conglomerate is tightening the yoke on Egypt, and it's strangling, and it'll cause chaos, and that'll make way for a new world currency or a new global world order. The interesting thing about it would be the events that are happening, and our conclusions and the results and the predictions are all different based on the events. What I would like to point out, and I know that some of y'all are aware of this, democracy is a majority rule of the people. When I think of democracy with my Western mind, what I think of is our founding fathers doing what's right in the interest of all the people. That isn't necessarily the case in the Middle East and in other areas. What the majority has in mind for the nation in Egypt would be very, very different than what the majority would have in mind for America. Does that make sense? You know, in some countries, people want a job, and they're going to go along with whoever says, yeah, I'll give you a job, and 51% say, yeah, here you go. And next thing you know, you end up with Hitler. You know, his original platform had to do with curing economic woes. He had the plan, and here we go. That's the problem with mobs and with riots. It's a few people that are pissed off that have incited other people to be pissed off. I'm not writing off what has happened in Egypt, and it's inspiring that people would bond together. I'm just saying, be cautious with your conclusions, because you're going to maybe be setting yourself up for disappointment. Like the old Who song goes, you know, meet the new boss same as the old boss. You know, everybody, half the people, this is what I predict, half the people are going to be very surprised with the conclusion of what happens in Egypt. Either they'll be surprised that they get another dictator, or they'll be surprised that they get some sort of a weird parliamentary Sharia leadership. Just don't be surprised, man. They're going to do what they're going to do. And if there's one thing that I can leave you with in this video, is that people that are brought up differently than us, and people that live in different areas with us, and people that have had different experiences than us, have different ideas of what they want out of life. And that's exactly what you're going to see in Egypt. You know, don't be surprised when an Egyptian doesn't give a fuck about HDTV, you know. Don't be surprised when an Iraqi citizen wants to pray for 10 hours a day. Just keep that in mind. People in different lands are different. And I'm not trying to say this from a standpoint of multiculturalism and its failure. Because that's a pretty hot buzzword right now. But anyway, 6 minutes into this sucker. Oh, and I've officially began to ramble. But that's what I want to leave you with. You know, in conclusion, you will find Egyptian democracy to be very different than American democracy. Y'all have a good one. See you later.